We welcome you back to the NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series, the 2018 season. This is the second race of the 18 race-long season, and this is the second of 11 races to decide who makes it into the 2018 playoffs. We are live here on the grid as we have 32 of NASCAR's top and the best drivers all around as they are going to take on this challenging speedway, as this place hasn't been paved in over 20 years. There are tons of bumps. It's rough. It's a challenge to these drivers, and it really shows the talent, the best of the best in this sport. And these drivers are going to have 10 laps to figure out who is going to win this race, how they're going to make the necessary moves in order to get it done, as they are lined up here in front of this sellout crowd here in Atlanta Speedway. They love seeing this type of racing, and we're going to see if we can provide another great finish today. Let's look at some of the drivers that have new rides. We have Ryan Blaney, who's starting second in Team Penske. He had a great debut last week. He got 9 playoff points. We're going to see if that carries in today. Paul Menard, he finally has a top-tier ride. He's starting near the front. We're going to see what he can do. What can he do to improve his position? We have Eric Jones. He is replacing Matt Kenseth in the 20 car after having his rookie season in the 77. What can he do to carry the legacy? Eric Almirola. Now, Danica Patrick wasn't that good, so Tony Stewart hired Eric Almirola. I'd love to see what he can do this season. And then we have Alex Bowman in the Exalta car. He's replacing Dale Jr. He starts outside the top 20, but we're going to see what he can do. And how about Casey Kane? He finished second. He bested the other Hendrick drivers, his old team. We're going to see what he can do. Can he build on that? And then we have 2 rookies, a rookie battle, William Byron and Bubba Wallace. 2 very talented drivers. They start towards the back, and we're going to see if they can make them, if they can tame this surface and make their way to the front. And now it's time for your Mountain Dew Baja Blast starting lineup as summer's on. Go get Baja Blast. We have Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Blaney in row 1. Both have had some success here. Ryan Blaney was the last winner at Atlanta. Clint Bowyer and Kevin Harvick, 2 teammates. Harvick still looking for his first win here in the Irwin Tools Cup Series at Atlanta. Then we have Ryan Newman and Denny Hamlin in row 3. Joey Logano, rough start in Daytona, looking to rebound. Paul Menard alongside. Eric Jones looking to do really well. So close to winning the Daytona 500. And then we have Brad Keselowski right alongside. Did really great in 2017. Kurt Busch and Austin Dillon both had success last year, looking to build on it. Kyle Busch. And then obviously we have Eric Almirola rounding it out. And then we have Kyle Larson. He loves the high line. You're going to see him a lot up there today. And Michael McDowell, great qualifying effort for that small team. Last weekend's Daytona 500 winner Daniel Suarez and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. looking to rebound. Jamie McMurray and David Reagan. Wow, another great starting spot for David Reagan. And here we go. We have 2 Hendrick Motorsports teammates, Alex Bowman and Jimmy Johnson. Rough qualifying effort. We're going to see if they can improve in the race. Trevor Bayne and AJ Allmendinger are 2 consistently up their drivers. They are looking to have a consistent day. And then we have Matt DiBenedetto. He almost got a top 5 last week. Hopefully he can do better today. Casey Kane and Chase Elliott, rough qualifying effort for these Camaros as they are still trying to learn the body. Same with William Byron and Bubba Wallace. They start late in the field. And rounding it out, we have Gray Goulding and Ty Dillon as the 2 of them hoping to exceed expectations. And so now here it is, your KFC honorary starter for the Atlanta 500. As today's honorary starter is AZ14900, and it is time to send these drivers on a 10-lap journey here in the South. The fireworks are just about to begin on 4th of July weekend. The green flag is out here in Atlanta. Martin Truex Jr. takes the early lead, but here comes Clint Bowyer to the inside. He gives him a bump, and Clint Bowyer takes the lead at Atlanta. Clint Bowyer had an average season last year, and he wants to do a lot more than just make the playoffs. He wants to win a race. They have 4 wide. Joey Logano is going to get left out to dry after getting loose, and he's going to lose a ton of spots in the back. Now here comes Rocket Man all over Clint Bowyer. New leader, the 31 team, and Ryan Newman. It's been a while since he's led a lap, and he wants to try to dominate this race and finally get a win here in the NASCAR Owen Tools Cup Series. They are 4 wide back here as Denny Hamlin now trying to move into second. He's going to clear up in front of Clint Bowyer, now sets his sight on Ryan Newman. Hamlin makes his move and he gets Newman into the wall, and Ryan Newman, it looks like he might have some damage. Oh man, it looks like he has a right front tire issue. We're going to see if he makes a pit stop right now. It looks like he's going to ride it out, and Denny Hamlin now gets loose, and out of all of that, here comes Kevin Harvick. And Alex Bowman gets loose up on the top. Atlanta providing a challenge. And how about Hendrick Motorsports here? Jimmy Johnson is fighting now for the 26th position. He has not made up a lot of spots here in this first half. And Kevin Harvick, though, he is going to take the halfway bonus. This race is flying by like that with a snap of your fingers as Martin Truex Jr. now trying to make a move on Denny Hamlin. 4 wide now. Chase Elliott starting to make some ground towards the back of the pack, trying to get up. And Kurt Busch, meanwhile, now Larson behind them. He's going to try to make a move on Denny Hamlin. Slide job! And Kyle Larson's going to take that spot, and he's going to try to run that outside. Let's see if he can make some ground on the leaders as we fly by through the field. Trevor Bayne getting nudged out by Michael McDowell. William Byron struggling in his rookie debut here on a 1.5 miles. Lap 8 out of 10. Kevin Harvick is dominating this race. But here comes Kyle Larson. Larson riding that high line. He might have gotten too high, and there he goes into Ryan Blaney. And the caution is out. Kyle Larson, too aggressive on that high line. He gets into the wall, and Ryan Blaney gets collected. Oh my goodness, we have some chaos here in turn 2. 2 drivers collide, and that's going to end 2 of the early favorites, 2 of the young guys that could have done some big damage today. Let's just watch this. Larson just gets loose, and into Ryan Blaney. He got a little bit too high. He just got right into that wall. And you can see he just gets loose, and Blaney nowhere to go. He tried to hit the brakes. He tried everything he could do to try to avoid Kyle Larson, but there was nothing that he could do. They are both done for the day. The ambulances came by. Kyle Larson, I just think he's just too aggressive. And, I mean, a lot of the times it works, but today it didn't for the Credit One team. And Ryan Blaney, the second DNF, he's done really well in some of the stages this year, the halfway bonus, but he is behind the wall for the second time in a row. And so now we're heading to NASCAR overtime. Lap 10 out of 11. We've added another lap. And now let's look at Kevin Harvick here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. He's been so close so many times. 2016, he takes the lead midway through the race. And then on the final restart, Jimmy Johnson gets the push from Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch later got the win. But now let's look at 2017. Harvick won the halfway bonus like he did today. He was leading a majority of this race. But Ryan Blaney gives Keselowski the push. Larson spins out, and Ryan Blaney ultimately got his first career win. So will today finally be the day Kevin Harvick wins at Atlanta here in the NASCAR Owen Tools Cup Series? We enter the Energizer restart zone. The green flag is out for this 2-lap sprint. Another rowdy restart for Kyle Busch as he splits his brother Kurt 3 wide. Now Martin Truex Jr. he gives a nudge to Kevin Harvick, and he's going to try to make the move, but here comes Clint Bowyer up the middle. We are 3 wide here in Atlanta with 2 laps to go. They are fighting hard for position. We have trouble in the back of the pack. It's Jimmy Johnson hard into the wall. And we have trouble and chaos and mayhem 3 wide at Atlanta. I thought we left Daytona in the rearview mirror. Oh my goodness, Allmendinger and Bubba Wallace as well. Let's watch this again. Look at this, 3 wide racing at Atlanta. Are you kidding me? All throughout the field. We're going to get a better look. Okay, Trevor Bayne. Oh, it looks like Trevor Bayne nudged AJ Allmendinger, goes back up the track, collects Jimmy Johnson and Bubba Wallace. Johnson goes down the track and crashes. Good move by Ty Dillon and William Byron to move out of the way and avoid that crash. So AJ Allmendinger, second DNF in a row, and as well as Jimmy Johnson, 2 DNFs. He is not going to be very high in the standings. And then we have Bubba Wallace. He was hoping for a nice, consistent day in his first mile-and-a-half race, but it did not go very well, as those 5 will be in the garage for the rest of the day. And so we have NASCAR overtime again. This time it's Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin leading us down. Here, will the fireworks continue? The green flag is back here, and then the south. Kevin Harvick back in 4th place, making it 3 wide on Denny Hamlin. He is trying to catch Martin Truex Jr. as he is pulling away from this field. Harvick now battling Clint Bowyer for 3rd place. As they enter down the backstretch, can Harvick get that run on the outside? He's all the way on the top, but here comes Hamlin with an insane move, and he gets into him. Harvick's going to lose a ton of spots. White flag is out. Hamlin and Logano make contact now for 3rd place. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is up there. We have a new mix of players here on the last lap. Harvick is not going to have enough time, though, nor will Clint Bowyer. For the first time in 2018, race winner, MTJ. Martin Truex Jr. brings the fireworks here to Atlanta and takes the win here in the South. Unbelievable racing here today at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. What a great race. What a great showing of skill and performance by Martin Truex Jr. and the other drivers in the field. Let's watch this phenomenal finish as Martin Truex Jr. holds off Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick and Clint Bowyer on the restart to win here in Atlanta. And for Martin Truex Jr., the entire 78 team, Furniture Row Racing, Bass Pro Shops, Tracker Boats, and everyone at Toyota, Martin Truex Jr. is doing his burnout. And whoa, look at this. Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick having a heated exchange on pit road by the pit boxes. As they are going at it, the pit crews are trying to separate them. And man, you thought that the fireworks were over after the 4th of July. Atlanta, we've got some heated stuff here in the South. Let's watch the initial contact. So Harvick's trying to make a run on the outside. Hamlin, it looks like just a racing deal. Hamlin being too aggressive, and he nudges into Harvick. That ultimately moved him back to 8th, and you can see nudging him on pit road. Harvick is not very happy with Denny Hamlin, which could boil into next week. So congrats to the number 78 of Dale Salzman and the entire Furniture Row Racing team for winning here in Atlanta and locking themselves into the playoffs. Let's look at your results. So you can see Toyota and Ford make up all of the top 10 here. We have Joey Logano in 2nd. Keselowski finishes 3rd. Hamlin 4th. Clint Bowyer 5th. And you can see Daniel Suarez, the Daytona 500 winner, 7th. Kevin Harvick 8th. Kyle Busch 9th. And Kurt Busch for Stewart-Haas Racing rounds out the top 10. Let's look on your second page. Austin Dillon, the highest finishing Chevrolet in 11. They struggled horribly today. For a manufacturer that won over half the races last season, they are in for a very long season with this new car. Let's see who else. We have Eric Jones in 12th. Consistent day. Paul Menard. Eric Almirola gets 14th. That's certainly better than the previous driver. We also have McMurray, Alex Bowman, Michael McDowell, Matt DiBenedetto, and how about David Reagan? A couple underdog stories make the top 20, and a solid day for them. Let's look at your third page here, 21st through 30th. We have Trevor Bayne. Ryan Newman gets 22nd. He decided not to make a pit stop, and that ultimately helped him as the tire did not go down. The smoke went away. We have, how about Greg Golding? 2 races, he hasn't crashed yet. That's an accomplishment itself, as he was crashing everything but the pace car last season. He could be possibly a comeback story of the year. We have William Byron, 27th. Yeah, horrible day for him. We also have Jimmy Johnson and Bubba Wallace, as well as Allmendinger getting in crashes today. And rounding it out, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, 2 of the young guys with issues that put them towards the back. Now let's look at your point standings after Atlanta. So we have Denny Hamlin as your points leader, Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Daniel Suarez in 4th place in the points with his win. He is locked in. Martin Truex Jr. started off the day in 35th spot. He jumped all the way to 10th spot with that win, and he locked himself into the playoffs, and that just shows how much one race can show the impact. We also have a lot of Toyotas, Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, 2 DNFs. He finds himself 8th in the points, which is pretty good. And then we have David Reagan. How about that? 11th in the standings. Then we have McMurray, Almirola, Clint Bowyer, Casey Kane, and Alex Bowman hanging on to the last playoff spot. But Joey Logano gained a lot of spots as well. He was 30th in points. He is now 17th. He gained a lot of spots as well. And how about Greg Golding? Once again, BK Racing, wow, look at that, 20th in points, a decent start for a team that just went bankrupt. So, race number 3, we are heading to the newly renovated ISM Raceway for the Ticket Guardian 500. Kevin Harvick's really good at that track, but so is Denny Hamlin. Will the fireworks escalate into the next week? Will we see some more heated stuff between the two drivers? But anyways, today is all about Martin Truex Jr. He unleashed a firecracker onto the field. He absolutely drove this speedway. He performed when he needed to. And ultimately, the 78 team is in victory lane here at Atlanta. Once again, congrats to Dale Salzman for winning this one. As Martin Truex Jr., he's made it to the championship 4 twice, and he's going to the playoffs again. I think he's certainly going to be a threat for this championship, as we'll have to wait and see throughout the season.